Oh, hello. Welcome to Vaginal Fantasy. Vaginal Fantasy, what? You might say?
What?
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 What? Anyway, it's a show that's a hangout. It's a hangout with 3 or 4 ladies, 3 tonight, mostly 4, and who talk about romance books, romance of the genre kind, like Western or noir, or ladies who kick people in the face with their katana. I don't know. You don't kick with a katana. Whatever. Anyway, that's what this is. It's been years. If you don't know what it is now, I don't know why you're here. Get out of here.
It's because you think it's porn. It's not. It's not porn. Sorry.
I mean, sometimes it's porn. Last month it was porn.
Yeah.
What? That wasn't porn?
That was, okay. I mean, when we
I don't remember what we read anymore. Oh, yeah.
Remember the Kyla pic with the penis?
Yeah, there was a lot of
so much penis.
There was a lot of fluids. Yeah, there was no hydration. There was fluids everywhere. Yeah.
Also,
we want the link to this. I can't find it. I don't know how to find our show.
Oh no. Yeah, Bonnie.
Quick, Bonnie, tweet it out. You're so good at this.
Bonnie, tweet the actual link out.
Okay. Well, if I don't find it soon, just go to youtube.com/vaginal fantasy and
it's not showing up as being live right now.
Oh, it doesn't? Oh.
No, I don't think you have the link in there.
Where's Sean?
No, you just retweeted yourself, Bonnie. You just retweeted yourself without the actual link.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Listen.
What happened? I've been drinking since like noon. It's 4th of July. Don't expect a lot.
I have not combed my hair.
Motto. That's the motto for America, by the way. We've been drinking since noon. Don't expect a lot.
Wait, so guys, this is not going to be focused. We're going to shout out to Kyla Caseby. Now, wait a minute.
Yeah, she's sick.
Are we live?
We are live. I see it now. I just refreshed YouTube, and we're definitely live now.
Yeah, we've been live for a while now.
Are we live on the right link?
They're watching. I don't know. Probably.
Are people watching?
People are watching it. Yes, people are definitely watching.
Anyone who's watching that has a link, just tweet it at me.
Okay. Anyway, here's the deal. Oh, I'm on the wrong page. Okay, that makes sense. I'm on the page for next month's Hangout because Felicia Day is so unorganized. How unorganized is she? Boy. Hey, by the way, also, we're missing Kyla tonight. Oh, here's everybody. Hey, everybody. Thank you, mods, for being here. Hello. So Kyla is puking right now.
Yay. I mean, no.
What?
No.
No, we don't want puking. No, she's not feeling well, and so she's taking the night off, and it sucks, but we totally want her to feel better, and she's watching at home.
She got sick from vaccinating her kid.
No, I don't think that's correct.
She said from the vaccinations, her baby got sick, and then she got it.
Okay, well, so you don't get sick from a vaccination. You can feel a little under the weather, and maybe your immune system maybe I don't know, suppressed a little bit, and then you might get something. But I don't even know if there's science behind that.
Oh no, you should get vaccinated. I'm not saying you shouldn't. Getting sick is better than death.
Yeah.
It sounded like you were saying you shouldn't be vaccinated. I'm just saying how it sounded to me, internet watcher at home.
It kind of did sound that Bonnie was like, "Don't vaccinate your children,
or you'll throw up and you will miss all your podcast recordings."
I'm ruining the show already because I said yay for vomit and don't get vaccinated. So
no, we're good. We're good.
Already to a good start.
Wait, you've been drinking since when?
Noon. What time is it? 8?
That's a lot of drinking, Bonnie. I wanted to drink, but then I was diagnosed last week with gastritis, so I can't have alcohol.
Yeah, I'm diagnosed with having 20-year-old neighbors. So
what does that mean? You've been drinking with them all for 8 hours?
Oh, they've been partying since noon yesterday. So they had a band in the backyard and DJs, and they're like super energetic, and they like don't have hangovers. They're like magical 20-year-olds, and they want me to hang out with them. And I hung out.
Why are they magical? Are they just magical because they're cooler than we are right now?
I mean, they're in their 20s and they're like into stuff. They mentioned all these bands I didn't know, and I just pretended I knew. I've turned into that person now. Yeah. So I've just been trying to like catch up with them, and now I'm realizing I'm so out of shape for this. Like, this is drinking Olympics for 4th of July.
I haven't drunk it so long. I probably couldn't even have 2 sips. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, Fida, I think you're on the wrong microphone.
Me?
Yeah. That's my new nickname for you. I just invented it.
Yeah, I probably am. Wait, I am.
Are you?
I'm wrong.
What do you mean the wrong microphone?
Listen to this.
Hey, there she is.
Bam! You want to hear that? Boom. Boom, bang, boom.
Difference. What's the difference?
You seriously don't hear the difference?
Well, drinking since noon.
Well, you're not wearing earbuds, so maybe that's why.
Should I be?
Yeah,
I think I just tweeted the wrong.
I've got some earphones here.
I tweeted the wrong link, you guys. Guys, this is a mess. Today is a mess. It's a mess, I'd say.
What's the right link, and I'll tweet it.
Sean actually tweeted it at Vaginal Fantasy.
And I shared it. I shared it in chat mere moments ago.
Oh, I don't have my chat thing open.
My question is, why can't Twitter get their shit together and allow you to change from one account to another on the desktop? Like, how many years does it take to get simple crap together like this?
It's so easy on mobile now.
Oh, I know. Why can't it be as easy on? You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Okay, I'm going to tweet it. I just forwarded myself.
I love how Vaginal Fantasy 49 seconds ago just said, tune in live now, but there's no link.
Well, I tweeted my the Star Spangled Pants thing. Tune in.
There we go. Now. Sean did it. Vaginal Fantasy retweeted it 2 minutes ago.
Yes. I think that
I did retweet him, but I wanted to be like a native retweet to actually do our homework in a I did.
I'll do a regular Vaginal Fantasy tweet.
Too late.
Did you already do it?
Big shout out to Sean Sandalooky for compiling our show notes, for always being there to make sure our group is not crappy. He always organizes everything, so and the alt and the I knew it's too much work. Sean, you need a medal. Also, Sean wrote his own Vaginal Fantasy book.
He did. So, here, I'll retweet it on VagFan now.
Yeah, so go to the VagFan timeline and see Sean's Vaginal Fantasy book that he wrote, which I believe that we have a cameo in.
Yeah.
And non-sexy cameos.
Is it not? Yeah, I don't know if there's any sex in his book. I haven't read it, so I can't vouch for anything. If there's any it's called The Zookeeper's Dilemma. If there's any animal on human sex, I disown it.
Yes.
But as long as
not,
formerly, like he's a lion shapeshifter. Yes, this is great. Anyway, so that's our first. It's $3, and you guys can pick it up. It's our first official Vaginal Fantasy community book. So there you go.
Woo! That's so awesome.
All right,
I'm tweeting this now. If you want to start the show, like
I already tweeted it, Bonnie.
I don't really. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did.
As Vaginal Fantasy or yourself?
Yeah, as Vaginal Fantasy. We're good here.
All right, fine. I'm drinking now.
I hope that our podcast tonight is less organized than Veronica's new podcast, which is something, what's it called? IRL?
Yep, it is.
What's that about? Tell us more.
Tell us more.
We're doing promo already?
Yeah, why not? I'll do a promo after you real quick.
Okay, IRL is a new podcast I'm doing with Mozilla, and it's about internet health. So it's about making sure that you understand data security and net neutrality, and how to handle trolls online. And it's really fun. And we're doing 7 episodes for the first season. Hopefully, we'll come back for a second season. And it's pretty much me and my producers, and occasionally, and we've been doing tons of interviews, just an incredible number of interviews. And the second episode will be up on next Monday. So
is it kind of like an NPR so it's really polished and very official?
It is like definitely the most official sounding podcast I have ever done. It is like actually the bad review right now on iTunes. There's like 1 2-star review, and it's like, she sounds like a wannabe news anchor. And I was like, okay, thanks.
But you've been doing this for so long. I mean, you are a news anchor. Like
That's just how I talk. So if he has a problem with that, that's
you mean articulate and smart?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You mean you sound like you actually know what you're talking about instead of just reading a teleprompter, like a.
Or maybe I'm just using too much radio voice. I don't know.
Oh, if you
I sound like this when I talk.
You're starting to sound like a sexy Don Pardo.
So if you like the show, if you're into it, go listen to episode 1. Go leave a review if you enjoy it, and I can't wait to bring the next episodes to you guys. Check it out, irlpodcast.org.
Yeah. Okay, you had something, Bonnie? Did you want to say?
I'm doing Buffy fandoms for Warner Brothers. So I'm doing some sort of. It's like a vlog. I think we're calling it Buffyverse or something about a steak. I don't know. Not steak, but like steak. I'm not going to do the movements. That's something else. Yeah, so there are videos about Buffy, the Vampire Slayer fandom, and I will be doing unboxing of products. I'll be interviewing comic book writers and artists for Buffy, and then hopefully some of the actors. Felicia.
Yeah.
Wink. And then have like people.
I know you said wink, but it really sounded like you said Felicia. Wank.
Oh, well, maybe. I don't know. You've got I mean, as Viv, you were pretty winkable.
Okay. So my plug is not anything except everyone's asking why there's a butt behind me, and so this.
What?
So this, I'll tell you, because I'm in my office now. This is where I'm going to be broadcasting from now on. I moved my gaming PC to the corner, and I have it all set up for streaming. And then I got a job where I'm going to be working every day for about 8 weeks. So, but it's all set up for streaming. But anyway, so I just want to go. This is my back, and that's a still from the first thing I ever did.
Oh.
When I first moved to LA, and this is a painting from this was done by the husband of a breast cancer survivor who was a big fan of the Guild, and I wrote about this in my memoir. And this is a really cool steampunk picture of Codex, and this is just a suicidal woman from like the 18th century, and she looked creepy, so I liked it. I don't know if she's suicidal or not, but she's sitting on the edge of a cliff, which sounds dangerous. This is a picture my great grandmother did of me when I was 2 years old, and this is some French print about. It's probably racist, and I feel a little weird about it, but it makes me laugh a lot. So it's a bunch of Native American people standing around a blonde woman who is naked, and they're talking about how light her pubic hair is, and it's from like the 1900s.
So
and
it's like a sorority girl hazing, right?
Yeah. I don't know if they capture her or they're just kind of like, hey, why does this woman have blonde pubic hair? But anyway, it's in French too.
If she was on top of a table and they all had Sharpies, it would be a sorority girl hazing.
Yeah, kind of. So anyway, it amused me enough to put up there, and I don't know if I'm offending anybody. I apologize.
It's like a window into your subconscious, you explaining all the art on your wall.
Yeah.
A little bit, right? Anyway, I'll
like
probably
the butt. It's a very tasteful butt.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay. All right. Anyway, that's my deal. So let's talk about the book. This is Veronica Belmont's pick. Veronica, do you want to read the back of it, or do you want me to do that?
Sure. So you want me to read the book introduction?
Yes.
Okay. So the title of the book was The Ghost Bride, and it was by Yangtze Shu. Am I saying that correctly, Bonnie? Hopefully.
Probably. I think so.
Okay. I apologize if I mispronounced it. Someone in the forums will definitely tell me. All right. So the description is, one evening, my father asked if I would like to become a ghost bride. Though ruled by British overlords, the Chinese of colonial Malaya, still cling to ancient customs, and in the sleepy port town of Malacca, ghosts and superstitions abound. Lilan, the daughter of a genteel but bankrupt family, has few prospects. But fate intervenes when she receives an unusual proposal from the wealthy and powerful Lim family. They want her to become a ghost bride for the family's only son, who recently died under mysterious circumstances. Rarely practiced, a traditional ghost marriage is used to placate a restless spirit. Such a union would guarantee Lilan a home for the rest of her days, but at a terrible price. After an ominous visit to the opulent Lim mansion, Lilan finds herself haunted not only by her ghostly would-be suitor, but also by her desire for the Lim's handsome new heir, Tian Bai. Night after night, she is drawn into the shadowy parallel world of the Chinese afterlife, with its ghost cities, paper funeral offerings, vengeful spirits, and monstrous bureaucracy, including the mysterious Erlang, a charming but unpredictable guardian spirit. Lilan must uncover the Lim family's darkest secrets and the truth about her own family before she is trapped in this ghostly world forever.
Wow. Okay, first of all, Veronica, you should read audiobooks because I could listen to your voice eight hours a day.
When I'm not messing up people's names.
I mean, well, you did
pretty good. I mean, who knows? I think you did it fine.
How was my popping? They made me put a pop filter on my microphone. Was I getting a lot of
really? I didn't hear any popping.
No, good. Okay, good.
I didn't hear. I feel like you're controlling your P's very well, or your little.
I'm not swallowing them too much.
No, your enunciation is beautiful.
You're not swallowing P at all.
I'm not swallowing the P at all. Okay, good.
If you swallow P, it's as long as it's sterile. I've gotten P in my mouth as a mom. And it's new, and it wasn't that bad, guys.
You know, there's like whole clinics devoted to these really rich women that drink urine because they think it helps make them look younger.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's like a thing. If you look up urine therapy or urine age therapy, it's this thing. I am not joking. I honestly am not. I could not make this up. I would never make this up.
Well, I read an article that said that if you are infused with young people's blood, your blood actually gets younger yourself. So we're basically on the cusp of vampirism anyway. What?
Ryan knows that because she was in the Elizabeth Bathory story, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I was virgin number 5 in the History Channel's Vampire Secrets.
Huh, what?
In which I was sacrificed to Madame Bathory.
How did that happen? How did I miss your debut?
This was so long ago, but they replay it on Halloween like every year. And every year, Tom was in it too. He was a doctor that like finds like a victim of vampires.
Right, I forgot Tom was in it.
And so people will start tweeting us like, were you guys in this weird History Channel show about vampires? And we're like, yes.
Do people like tweet you screenshots of your face like when you were really young?
Well, the best thing,
you look kind of like weird, and that's what I get every day.
So totally is that like I used to have. So do you remember when I used to have the big plugs in my ears? So back when you first all met me, I used to have plugs and my ears were stretched, and I have since. Felicia's like, I didn't know this, and so I've since had them surgically closed.
What? I had no idea.
Then I was with you when you got your ears pierced again.
Yeah, you were with me. Yeah. I got my ears re-pierced. That's right, you were. Oh my gosh,
you had those big disky things.
Yeah.
How do they fix it? Do they just give you other people's earlobes?
So what they So what they do is this is really gross. They trim around the inside of the hole, like the circle, so that's just like flesh, like bloody flesh, and then they pinch it together and sew it back together so that the new skin like heals itself.
Did it hurt?
No, it didn't hurt because they Novocained it. But what was gross was that I could hear him sawing the skin around the inside the earlobe. It was like, and it was so close to my ear, and I was just like, ah.
When I had my C-section, you can't feel anything, but you could feel them. You could hear the saw going through your flesh.
Nope.
And then I was like, what's that? Oh, that's my own flesh that's burning right there.
Mm-hmm. Well, I had that when they did my soft palate, like when they remember when I had my throat thing?
Yes.
From a couple months ago. So they had trimmed my soft palate, and the way they do that is they take a laser and stick it into your back of your throat and go like, bzz, bzz, and it burns away the flesh. And so all of a sudden your mouth is just hot and filled with your own burning flesh smoke.
Wow. Why did you have to have that done?
Why did you have to snoring? I snored real bad.
Oh yeah.
Bad? Does that
would stop the vibrations from your soft palate vibrating when you trim it back? And they also cut off my my uvula.
You have no uvula?
Yeah, I have only a tiny little nub now where my dangler is. For? It I don't know. It just like flops around back there. But I learned, interestingly, that my mom was born without one.
What?
So I called her. I was like, so this is crazy, but like I don't have a dangler back there anymore. And she's like, yeah, I didn't know that was a thing until I was a kid. And I saw some commercial where they did like an extreme like zoom into some kid like yelling into his throat because he wanted cereal or something. And I was like, what's that? This is my mom. And her mom was like, oh, that's a thing you weren't born with.
Oh, what? It's like the intro of Arnold. I think the intro of Hey Arnold, they have him screaming in the little.
Yeah, so totally like that. And you see it like flopping around back there. Well, some people apparently aren't born with them.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
People don't really have a purpose of the uvula. During swallowing, the soft palate in the uvula moves superiorly to close off the nasopharynx, preventing food from entering the nasal cavity.
Yeah.
So basically, do you ever have food come up and be in your nose?
No.
Oh, here's 5 important. Okay, here's Dr. McCullough, whoever this is, and he's going to tell us why do we have a uvula. 5 reasons you have a uvula: an accessory organ of speech. It prevents excessively nasal speech. Well, you sound great, so there you go. To keep your throat lubricated, do you have a non-lubed throat?
Not that I have been thirsty a lot more lately, but I don't know, maybe.
Oh, when uvula is surgically removed, some people experience dryness in their throat.
Maybe. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I can see maybe that's happened since then.
Number 3, helping to keep food from going up your nose and drain for mucus. All right. 4,
Draining mucus is good.
To trigger your gag reflex. I'm not going to ask you.
Yeah. It's relevant in some way.
I don't have a strong gag reflex to start with. But I can, if I don't feel well, I can throw up at the drop of a hat.
Oh, okay. So
I
you
am
know.
like, no, I'm just like,
I've never been able to just throw up. I always have to do like the Heather's method.
yeah.
So.
The last thing is immunological importance. Interestingly, your uvula also has its own production against potential microbial pathogens.
Mm.
That's interesting. If you suffer a chronic cough with no explanation, it's worth considering whether your uvula could be to blame.
Okay, well, yeah, long story short, don't have a uvula anymore. Have a much smaller soft palate, and I used to have stretched earlobes, and now I don't.
All right, we know a lot about Veronica tonight. This is good.
Right.
It's your book. Okay, so tell us about this book.
Wikipedia.
Yeah, tell us about this book and why you picked it.
Yeah,
I picked it because we hadn't really read anything that I recall from that dealt with anything from Chinese mythology or stories about the Chinese afterlife or anything to that effect, or even really anything from non-Western afterlives as far as I can recall, though that may be incorrect. I'm not sure. And it just sounded like a really interesting, beautiful story. And it was. I really liked the idea, especially of the paper funeral offerings. I thought that really fit in so well with the story, because you see like it's something that maybe people who weren't especially religious, like in this world, were like, oh, it doesn't really matter, if I don't give my loved ones like all the stuff they need. It's just kind of a whatever, part of the ritual of it. But in fact, it is vitally important for their comfort and kind of survival of day-to-day life in the afterlife, and obviously becomes super important, especially when she gets her awesome wood pony. And so I liked that a lot. Probably the only issue I had with the book really was the ending, which I found to be very abrupt. And maybe that's because there's going to be another book, or there is another book, or she's planning one. But all of a sudden she was like, I'm not sure. I mean, it felt very standalone until that point. And then suddenly it was like, I'm going to marry Erlong. Like, I'm going to go do that now. Bye. But like, I didn't really I wanted to know more about that. Like, I wish I had another like half a book to hear about her experiences, like having to put up with his wacky like adventures through the afterlife and being a dragon and all that cool stuff.
She answers right here. What a great idea. A fan suggested doing a prequel about Erlong. And she says, that's a great idea. Right now I'm working on my second novel, another strange tale set in the 1930s colonial Malaya. Malaya. Is that how you say it? Malaya?
I'm not sure. Yeah. I said Malaya.
I'm definitely open to writing a sequel to Ghost Bride in the future. Why am I?
You're echoing all of a sudden. This is why we wear headphones.
I have headphones on.
I can put on mine. I'll put on mine.
But why would it just start?
I don't know. Because we're haunted. That's what I'm saying for everything now. When things don't work, it's haunted. It works well. My accountant loves that excuse.
Oh, really? I don't.
We can't even talk now.
Oh boy, what happened, you guys?
Oh no,
Bonnie, can you hear the echo? Then
which I guess means I'm the echo, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm working on it. Hold on, it's like Christmas lights in here. I gotta like detangle all my headlights, earphones. Damn it.
Kyla's in chat.
She said she has 5 minutes left of battery life.
What?
On her laptop.
In general.
Bonnie, hurry up!
I'm trying. Okay, Star Wars.
But doesn't she know that batteries are rechargeable with a plug?
There we go.
Yay! It's better. Ooh, okay.
Boy, that made me sweat.
Jeez.
Sweat.
So anyway, I really liked the book. I thought it was great. It definitely like sucked me in. I thought the writing was really nice. I feel like we haven't really had a first person kind of narrative in a while, which was kind of cool. Did I close the window? Where are you guys? Oh, there you are.
I'm here. We're still here. We're listening.
I could hear you, but I couldn't see you. And I got scared. Bonnie.
I had to change headphones.
Oh my God. This is why you don't drink for 8 hours before a hangout.
I don't even know where I am right now. I'm sorry.
I can hear you.
I put on lipstick. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you changed microphones though somehow, but it's fine.
Yeah.
It sounds
Did
good.
I?
No, you're fine. It sounds good. It sounds fine. It's all good. It's all good, man.
It's
God.
a clown show. Hey, welcome to the 4th of July. Oh, by the way, I was going to say I had Thai food and Veronica had a Mexican. You had
No,
Mexican
Burmese. Burmese.
food? You had Burmese food
hmm
for dinner?
No, oh, I'm sorry. I had Burmese for lunch, and then for dinner we made like a spicy corn salad with like cotija and jalapenos.
Which is
and
Mexican.
stuff
So
like
we're
that.
like internationally
Mexican
celebrating 4th of
inspired.
July.
Yeah.
And I had Taco Bell. Which
Tom
I guess
Nath says adding lipstick always makes you hear better.
it does. It does. That is science.
Okay, well, I love this book. I picked it up, and I have not read a book besides Vag Fam since my pregnancy, which is not good. So I need to get back into it. But this one made me feel like I was really reading a book that I was super glad that I read. I thought it was beautifully written. I thought that the characters were really great. I thought that the plot was really interesting. It kept me engaged through the whole thing, except for the ending was a little weird. We could talk about that later. I loved the romance, but not romance about it. It was unexpected for me that the ending where she ends up with Erlong instead of Tian. I forget his name by. And I loved the mythology. I thought the world building was some of the best that we have read in many, many years. And I want to see more things set in that world. I was like, this should be a movie. It's beautiful. So I loved it. Thank you, Veronica, for picking it. I feel like we finally got some legitimate literature after several months of smuttenness.
This was an Oprah book pick too.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I just learned that tonight. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm friends with a friend of the author, and this is her debut book, which is crazy because this is so good. Usually, I mean, it's her first book she's published ever.
How do you do that? How do you? I don't know. I was just thinking that I would not be able to have the patience to be a book author.
Honestly, I have some friends that like my friend Kayla Kagan, who's married to Josh Kagan, who's a screenwriter. Her first book, Piper Parrish, just came out, and that's her first book, and it's like a bestseller. And it's so good. It's a great young adult book about a cool girl from high school, and she goes to art school, and it's really fun. But it was her debut book, and she did that whole thing of just write a page a day. And then of course, I'm sure her first draft needed work. It's not like you go from first draft to publish.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that is impressive.
Yeah, that is really impressive.
To have your first book not only like be amazing, but end up like on all these bestsellers lists and critics picks. And
I mean, Vaginal Fantasy read it. I mean,
no. I mean, well, yeah.
Not this one. I want to read that other one now. I know Josh. That's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, Kayla Kagan's I love her, and she's done other things. She's been in other books like short stories and monologues and stuff, but this is her first full-time book. And so it's called Piper Parrish. You should check it out. But this book I love too. I was a big fan of this when it came out. And I'm not like an Oprah book list person. I don't know why you wouldn't think that, but I was suggested to this book as one of my friends, and I read it and I loved it. And I loved it too because it's unexpected and really good world building, really good character development, but also just a world I'm not familiar with. So I think that's also something interesting for me to read books that open up a window to cultures that I know nothing about. Because if you just read the same stuff over and over again about things you're familiar with, you're going to get bored and stagnant. And this, I wanted to learn everything about ghost brides and paper funerals, and it made me want to read more about the history that inspired it. So I really love this book.
We had I think a consensus on the forum that this was a very good book. I feel like everybody really liked the cultural references, and evidently the author read the audiobook, which is really exciting.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah.
You don't get that a lot.
No, you don't get that a lot, actually. So I would love to hear her read that. The cons were there's no sex, and there's always people complaining there's no sex, and
It can't always be Cthulhu erotica.
I did notice. I agree with some of the forum people who said that the kind of like the switching between like who she was into was kind of abrupt also, because she was really into Tian Bai, and then all of a sudden, you know, the new heir to the Lim family fortune, and then she kind of gets him in a sense in the end.
Yeah.
And she's just like, she suddenly is just like, she's not interested because she knows that other ghost is inhabiting her body, and he's like kind of into it. Like he's kind of into that girl's behavior. And so I think she gets kind of like turned off. She's like, he doesn't even realize that this isn't me. Like how little did he know about me or really understand who I was if he's totally just like in love with this new person that it just happens to be in my body. But you know, he really didn't have a much chance to get to know her. Like, I don't really fault him for that. Like they didn't really spend any time with each other at all before she got sick. So I thought that was kind of, I don't know. It was kind of confusing how
it was
she fell hard,
yeah.
And then she kind of like went the opposite direction very quickly too.
Well, yeah, there was no connective tissue between her being into him and kind of, I didn't see that he did anything specifically that, and you know, maybe that's kind of interesting, and that she just kind of lost interest in him, or she saw him with her, and then the weird way that objectification of her own body and seeing herself with somebody kind of lost interest. That would have been an interesting thing to explore emotionally. But you're right. She didn't actually explore that in the book itself.
Right. So, and then later she actually kind of is like, oh, I can use my feminine wiles to kind of get people to do things. Like that's something I never really thought of before. But that was like one of the things that she so resented about the other ghost who was in her body, was that she was able to do that. So it was just like a little like, I don't really understand your motivation for this as much. Like I kind of got it, but at the same time, I was like, all right, maybe you're not giving him enough credit. I think they still could have been pretty good together. Yeah. He gave her the little wooden horse. He burned the horse for her.
Okay, can I just say one thing? As a baby gift, I got from a dear friend. No, I got from a dear friend an antique rocking horse.
Oh, wow.
No, it's a little bit creepy. Like it's pretty, but it's a little bit creepy. And I've always kind of felt that maybe it was haunted. And after reading this book, all I could think about was that. So I don't know what to do. I don't know whether it's cooler now or like maybe I need to put it in the garage. I can't decide.
I really like the Tamaranian's comment here. My turnoffs include a man flirting with the ghost skank possessing my body. Understandable.
Totally understandable, yeah.
Hazwan from the forums asked, as a Malaysian, I have to ask, do the local references seem to alienate Western readers?
I didn't think so.
No. I mean, honestly, I don't want things like spoon-fed to me either. So if I don't understand something, I just Google it. So I don't really think we have to worry about that as much as pre-internet.
Yeah, I feel like I had never just thought of Malaysian culture as being so distinctive from like Chinese culture. I mean, you know, it's just not I've never been exposed to Malaysian culture. So I find it fascinating because it really explored. It's kind of like when we read that the one sent in the Indian one that I picked.
Oh yeah.
Where I was not aware that was not aware that the Muslims ruled India for a very long time. I felt
you're right. I totally forgot about that book. That definitely falls into the books that well, not paranormal and not it wasn't
paranormal. It was more of a historical fiction. So but anyway, but that was another book where I'm like, oh, I really feel like my eyes are open to another culture and point of view, and I felt like this made me extremely intrigued about other types of Malaysian, life and isn't like Obama there right now in Malaysia?
Is he?
Yeah, I think he's vacationing in Malaysia right now.
Yeah, I think so, he is too.
Obama, let's just. It's like a war outside. What's going on?
It's called 4th of July.
Oh.
No, you're gonna hear it in my neighborhood. My neighborhood turns into like 1980s Beirut pretty quickly.
We're getting a lot of sky booms over here.
Yeah, we don't. It's like foggy in San Francisco, my neighborhood. So you just get colored fog, but because you can't actually see the pretty display, colorful 4th of July display, we just get M80s, and we don't even
boom,
Yeah, they're just
boom,
super loud, and it's mostly like kids driving around in their trucks throwing M80s out the window. So it's not even
It's so bad. Yeah.
super safe.
It was like 3:30 last night. It was like 20 of them in a row, and I was just like, it's not.
That's
even,
not appropriate. It's not
Come
4th of July
on.
on Monday night. It's not an excuse.
It doesn't matter. It just starts early. And then in my neighborhood also, the fireworks last until like December. Like they just keep blowing them up at random at 3 a.m.
Yeah, it's been going on all week. I haven't gotten much sleep. It's fine.
I mean, America.
Okay, so let's talk about we talked about the what did you guys think about the world building and the afterlife world, which again I thought was the most fascinating part of this. Like I wanted to burn everything just in case my relatives needed it. Like I was like, here's a Mustang. Here's like the supernatural car, you know, like I'm going to burn everything for you. You're going to have the tricked out awesomeness. Here's a Barbie dollhouse that just let it all on fire. Like, what would you guys want in your afterlife?
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm down with the burnt Barbie dollhouse. I don't know. What do we want in our afterlife? What would we want?
Yeah, what would you need? What would you be like, oh my God, just burn it for me?
My Kindle, a tiny Kindle. Do the things have to be tiny? Do you get Wi-Fi in the afterlife?
That's the bigger question is do you get Wi-Fi and do electronics work? Because I don't think they do, because in every paranormal ghost thing I've ever seen.
I'm not sure because it feels like all the things that they get are either like tiny or like fake.
Yeah, it needs to be tiny. I think like tiny toy versions of whatever you need.
Like drawings.
Yeah.
Like, didn't they have some drawings of houses? Like there were like the simple house that like they drew for like one of the wives or something.
Yeah.
So I would just
would it look like if it was a stick figure house? Would it look like a stick figure house? Because that would be embarrassing.
Yeah, it would look pretty ramshackle. Yeah, I think a dollhouse would be better.
You would want something better, else it's gonna look like Charlie and Chalkboard Land. Like that's not what you want.
Yeah, you don't want to live in that.
You don't want to live in that. It's drafty. There's just
I would want like a loft. I wouldn't want a big house in the afterlife because I want to explore a lot and I wouldn't want to worry about like maintenance and things like that.
Have you watched that
I would want a loft
with Kristen Bell, that funny one?
Yeah, it's
I watched the first episode. It was
Is it the good word?
The good life or the good place. The good place. The good place.
Yeah,
that was kind of funny because they make you a house based on like your aesthetics and like your first life, and so like, some people have like really modern houses and other people have like big mansions, whatever your taste was. She gets stuck with like a really tiny house.
Wow, I really like that show.
Yeah, it was funny. I only watched the first episode because that was all that was free on my flight that I took that one time.
Yeah, I think they canceled it because it hasn't had any new episodes.
No, it's on. It's still on.
Is it?
Yeah, because Amy Okuda from the Guild is on it.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think she was on it yet when I watched the first episode.
She flew around or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She's like on everything. She's on like how to get away with murder.
Kind of famous, guys.
Yeah, she's kind of famous.
So what else do you need? What would you want burnt? Okay, I would want a car and I would want a library, a loft with a very nice library.
A French press.
French press, okay.
My laptop.
But I don't think electronics work. I'm serious. I don't think electronics work in the afterlife.
I would want, don't burn an actual cat, but a tiny, I would need animals there.
I feel like this is almost like the Egyptian mummy situation.
This tiny fake cream puff.
Oh,
guys, I love tiny things.
A tiny fake biscuit cracker.
What? I'm stalking the tiny food Twitter account.
You could burn this. Yeah. This would be.
Oh, you're gonna burn him? Would he be alive though in there? Would he be alive? Because that would be creepy. He has no legs.
When I get.
Oh, he has legs. Okay, so he would be real there.
Okay. Oh, a tiny chicken on a loaf of bread.
Why do you have so many? Oh no, I can have a tiny cat. Look, this right here, this tiny cat with wings.
Oh, that would be great.
Right?
You could fly around because you'd be a ghost and he could fly around with you.
Here's one. Here's another one. It's a finger dragon.
That's pretty good. I'm running out of tiny things over here.
I got like a ton of tiny things behind me. I just don't know if my headphones are reach.
Can you burn this guy and just have him be my own carpenter?
You want him to be your slave. Admit it.
I don't want to own a Dobby. This is not, by the way, Dobby has the same birthday as me.
Like Dobby, person who plays Dobby?
No, Dobby, the real Dobby. Like Dobby.
The real Dobby.
The real
Dobby.
Dobby. The one from Harry Potter, the real one.
Yeah, the real one. The real one.
I heard he lives in
28.
he lives in Mar Vista, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, here we go. I'll burn this. I'll burn a tiny Chewbacca.
Oh, that one wins. I have another tiny cat, but that wouldn't be useful.
Yeah, look at Phineas.
Someone says centaur, tiny centaur with a dick saddle.
Yes, please. Nice callback.
Good callback.
So sick to my stomach. The word pre-cum still haunted my dreams all night.
Oh my god. You guys are really good vomit actors.
I used to be able to do it like a cat.
Is that how a cat goes?
Oh god, that's way too accurate. That is way too accurate. Oh my god.
My favorite thing is like you hear that sound, you can hear it from like across the house.
Oh
yeah.
You just like run as fast as you can with a piece of paper to slide under their face. Like, I gotta get it.
Get off the couch! Get off the couch!
I actually have like a placemat that's like a laminated placemat that's just for Sophie, just in case she vomits. I like follow her around with it.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
Then you just rinse it off. Then it's done. You don't have to do carpet cleaner or anything.
Oh God. And it's always my cat literally since the baby, she poops everywhere outside her box. So like you'll get up in the morning, you'll step in, not only vomit, but a little bit of poop.
She mad. She mad.
She is mad.
Oh, she mad.
That is like some cat gorilla resistance right there.
She pissed off. Like,
yeah.
And anyway, okay. Well, that was the answer to that question. We have another one that's a pretty good one.
Okay,
we thoroughly answered. Okay, Brazen Kitty asked, if your spirit were separated from your body, where's the first place you go in spirit form? Would you spy on anyone?
Yes.
Like literally everyone.
Yeah. Let's see. I got a whole list. Benedict Cumberbatch's bedroom, his kitchen, his living room.
Oh, you're weird.
It's so focused.
Oh. I think I would just like, I don't know. Who would I spy on?
I wouldn't want to spy on my friends because that's friend code. You shouldn't be doing that. But
yeah, what if they were happy you were gone? What if they were like, wow, she didn't leave me that guitar. I hate that bitch.
Yeah, like I don't want to know what they really feel. Like I want to go to celebrities who don't know me. That'd be awesome.
Go to the White House, and then I would take a spirit poop on the desk.
Yeah, but we don't need to spy on the White House because there's no secrets there. It's all on Twitter.
That's true. That's true.
Come on.
I would want to go into the Buckingham Palace. I really would want to see inside Buckingham Palace.
I want to know I want to know if like Queen Elizabeth wears sweatpants because I'm pretty convinced she does when she's not in all the dresses and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she with corgis on them. You know, she probably has like these flannel pajamas.
She has a onesie. She wears a onesie.
Yeah,
oh my God, corgis all over it.
She still wears the crown. Like I like to think she wears the crown in the shower. I like to think she's probably a bath person.
No, maybe she has like a different crown for a different occasion. So like she's got like her shower crown, she's got like her soft sleep crown.
Yeah.
Sleep crown, yeah.
Watching crown.
Yeah, her like reading dirty novels on Kindle crown. Like, you know, she's got all that. Yeah.
Her watching Vaginal Fantasy crown.
Yeah, like right now, we're on to you, Lizzie.
Yeah.
She's eating like cheddar Chicago popcorn, which is cheddar mixed with caramel corn, which is brilliant, by the way.
Cheddar and caramel corn mix?
Yeah, it's called the Chicago mix. I just learned that. It's so good. Yes, Bonnie. Yes.
I will find out tonight. I'll order some from DoorDash or something.
No.
Or Amazon. I'm sure that's on Amazon Prime.
No, honestly, whenever I go to a convention now, because I can't go out, so I just DoorDash everything. And honestly, okay, here's what happened in Denver, guys. Then we're getting back to the book. I landed in the airport. Okay, I landed. I got in the car and I was like, oh, okay, I have to go to the place at 3:00. It's now 1:30. And then I Googled how far it was from the airport to the hotel. And I was like, shit, it's 30 minutes. I'm not going to have time to get cleaned up and eat, but I'm very hungry. So I DoorDashed from the car at the airport. And then I ordered it. As I got there, the guy stepped into the lobby and gave me hot French fries.
What?
That is modern living.
But you've got that down pat, because whenever I do DoorDash, they're either like 5 minutes early or 15 minutes late. So they're never on time. But they have everything.
Yeah, they do have everything. Okay, question. Laura wants to know, if you had a dragon familiar, what color would it be?
I don't even care about the color. I care about the extras. Like, is there a glow in the dark or glitter? options because that's something
like,
glittery.
Flying dragon. I care less about the color, I think.
I like disco ball dragon because then you have that that added touch of like he's reflective.
Have you seen those new mermaid sequin things where you can brush them one way and they turn dark and then you brush them the other way? Yeah, that's what I would want, a dragon like that. But like purple and green.
Yeah, those are dragon colors. Those are standard dragon colors, I think.
Okay.
What about you, Veronica?
Yeah, I don't like I said, I'm kind of like, it doesn't really matter. Like it's all about the features, like the add-ins.
What do you mean, like the add-ons? The
the accessories.
Like you want like what, wings or
speakers?
Like the tech package, probably, four claw drive, like a sunroof.
Yeah. You probably also want a charging station.
Yeah, definitely. You want to be, I mean, does it come with my own like sheep pen that I can refuel it at? Like I need to, like, is there one nearby? There's so much to think about.
You know what I was
dragon dick saddle?
Yes.
Just for crossing.
Yes. I think they add that in just as a, a freebie. But I think also, like, don't you need some sort of windshield? Because just think of all the bugs and birds you get in your mouth.
Just some really big sunglasses.
That doesn't cover your mouth, though.
It'll cover my mouth if it's a big enough dragon. If it's like Falcor and he's wearing huge glasses, I just like put my,
Yeah, but like, Falcor, then you get all the fur in your face. Because
he's Falcor with sequins.
Okay.
Doesn't have a Zune holder.
I love that we're arguing about this. Like, we're arguing about this like it's science.
It is. Okay. Lonnie asked a real question. What do you think was keeping Leland, well, from the book, what do you think was keeping Leland from returning to her body when she first leaves it? I don't feel like this was really answered. True. It is certainly fun later, but what are your ideas on why she couldn't return the first few times she tried? That's an interesting question because I agree with you.
I don't know. That's, like she definitely tried. She tried really hard to get back into that body. Yeah. Is it because she had like unfinished business? Like, was she supposed to do something first?
I don't. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking there was something preventing her because fate was keeping her from, from waking up because or maybe Erlong was keeping her from her body.
Yeah,
maybe
that was unspoken.
Yeah. I mean,
you hear all the sky booms? Do you hear them?
Yes. Outside here, it's like a war outside. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
By the way, this would be a perfect time for like Russia or North Korea or China to invade. We'd never know.
I was thinking that earlier, actually, with the North Korea stuff. Yeah.
I really don't want a missile in Los Angeles. That's really close to us.
Yeah.
San Francisco's closer. Okay. Anyway. All right. Nobody knows. Moving on. Next question. Here's a good one. Matthew asks, and this is Caitlin Duck and Matthew combo question. If somebody had possessed your body and was flirting with your significant other, would you be able to get over that when you returned? And how would you react if your fiance didn't recognize that somebody else had taken control of your body?
That was like an episode of Buffy when Faith and Buffy switched bodies. And she like tried to have sex with Spike, and Spike was like, what's going on here? You're not being normal Buffy. First of all, I have no significant other except for my dog, and I don't think my dog would notice. Really? I don't know if she would. Like, if somebody else was in my body and they were nice to her and fed her snacks, she wouldn't care. Like, my dog sitter spoil her, and when I come home, when they've been taking care of her, she acts like, oh, it's you. Like, she doesn't care. So I think it just depends on how whoever had my body, they'd probably improve my relationships, to be honest. I'm not good at that. So I don't know. You guys both have people that would notice, right?
I think that I mean, that was a pretty radical shift in behavior. I guess to me, because they hadn't interacted that much before, I didn't have a problem with him not recognizing her because they didn't have they had 2 dream conversations and maybe one in-person conversation over a watch. It was not like, they knew each other well enough to, for him to be like, whoa, you're coming on way too strong here. I felt like she kind of did him wrong a little bit because
she didn't give him a chance.
Yeah, she never gave him.
We kind of talked about this also, but
yeah, we talked about it.
I was a little confused too by his like Portuguese girlfriend from Hong Kong. Like I don't really remember what happened with that situation. Like, did he get her pregnant? Was that it?
Yeah, I thought he got her pregnant, or he was in love with her and he had to leave her behind, or what? What was the conclusion of that? Does anybody remember?
I don't remember either.
I don't remember. I think I just tuned that part out. I didn't care.
Also, Laura Hall makes a really good point. Lots of addict issues in this book that were not really talked about and addressed.
Oh yeah, like her dad never he's got this opium addiction that never gets dealt with really. Like that's why I just felt like there needed to be like another 40 pages to kind of tie things up.
I didn't feel like the thing with her father was resolved at all. Didn't she just essentially ditch him to go with the dragon?
Yeah. And like her grandma, what did
Jessica says no, pregnancy was a rumor, but they did have an affair.
What did they call her grandma? I'm sorry, I can't remember what I'm not her grandma, the woman who
Amana or
Amma. Was it Amma?
I think. I don't know. I don't have a real copy of the book.
Me neither.
I could look it up.
Oh, one advantage. Advantage one.
Hello.
I mean, I thought it was interesting that, I guess back then she wouldn't have been able to cure him. He was an opium addict for decades, So it was just, I guess, a flavor of how opium would have ruined somebody's life back then, which is interesting.
It's Amma, A-M-A-H.
Amma, okay.
Amma.
Okay. I'm pretty sure. Oh, by the way, Obama's in Indonesia, not Malaysia. I just got that tweet.
Damn it. Thank you for telling me.
Thanks, Internet.
Well, I'm a jerk because I mix those two up. Okay. Well, I'm learning every day, guys. I would like to go to both of those places because they both look amazing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Although Malaysia's the one where is that the country where if you have any drugs with you on you whatsoever,
That's Singapore. That's Singapore.
Singapore.
Think of Singapore like that episode of Star Trek Next Generation where Wesley Crusher falls on the grass and there's all those signs that say don't step on the grass, and all of the punishment is just one punishment, and that's death. So it doesn't matter if you murder someone or step on the grass, it's death.
That's a terrible place.
Yeah, that's Singapore.
That is really bad. I mean, I'm sure that Singapore is lovely other than that, right?
It is, from what I've heard. I've never been, but it looks beautiful. A friend of mine just got back from there.
Yeah.
What? I can't travel.
I traveled through
somewhere interesting.
I traveled through Bourdain shows, so that's Anthony Bourdain's my traveler.
Oh my God, I love that show. His show is amazing.
Yeah.
No boundaries or whatever. Okay.
No boundaries.
No reservations was his last show. Now he's doing it's a different show.
Okay, Jessica from the forum says, "Oh, does it bother any of you how often authors imply that a character's hat completely hides their entire face from sight? Like, if that's true, you're wearing the hat wrong. Not if you're Raiden from Mortal Kombat, but yes, in general."
That is true. That was what she couldn't see that he was. Yeah, that was weird. That's a good point.
But was he was hot underneath there, right? But he's
super hot.
But he's not a dragon. He's a dragon man.
Yeah, he's like turned into.
It wasn't like a ski mask because that can hide your entire face.
No, it was like a big floppy hat.
I literally was picturing him as Raiden, okay? And I always thought Raiden was the coolest and hottest video game character in existence until Thane from Mass Effect. So it was not a bad Raiden.
Okay.
I just couldn't picture the hat, so
I thought it was one of those hats, but I guess there was no description of his hat.
No, there's some hat issues. It kind of reminded me of that character in Vampire D. That's the vampire hunter guy that has the big floppy hat, but I can't. It's hard to picture a guy being sexy in a big floppy hat that hides half his face.
No, but Raiden is sexy.
She sees it after. Oh, and she sees him after when he does finally take off his hat.
That's true. Okay.
Yes, I'm standing. Do you want to see me? So you want to see me walking? This is how I used to do Geek at Thunder meetings.
Are you on one of those treadmill desks?
Yeah, I have a treadmill desk.
Sweet.
What?
Yeah, I have a treadmill desk, but it's really creepy because I used to do business Skypes, and people were like, "Stop! You're making me dizzy because you're walking." Wait, I'm gonna do it.
Did I ever tell you my Neil Stephenson story about that?
Yeah, do it. I'm gonna walk towards you.
Do it.
Okay. We had going fast now, girl. Yeah, come on, you could do better than that.
Is this creepy? I'm already on 2.
We had Tom and I had Neil Stephenson on the podcast one time when we were doing the Google Hangout videos, and I Neil Stephenson, of course, amazing author, one of my favorites, amazing smart guy. So we get on the podcast, and he comes on the video, and he's holding a Guinness, and he's kind of rocking back and forth, and in my brain, I'm like, oh my God, does Neil Stephenson have a neurological disorder that I didn't know about? Because he's kind of like going back and forth and drinking. And I was like, And then like 10 minutes into the interview, I'm like, oh my God, he's on a treadmill. And he was like sitting there with the beer. I was like, oh, thank God. Like, not that there'd be anything wrong with that, but I was like really like trying to figure out what the heck was going on
Wait
here.
a minute. So he was doing an interview while drinking Guinness while on a treadmill. That is some superb multitasking.
Neil Stephenson. Like, if you're Neil Stephenson, that's what you do. Okay.
Wow. Yeah, I wasn't gonna tell him not to. He was still giving an amazing interview. Who am I to tell him not to do that?
I'm already out of breath.
That.
I love that Felicia's dance is like the keep on trucking guy from the 70s.
Well, she looks like Leonardo DiCaprio meme.
Yeah,
like,
or that little kid that walked in behind that. Remember the interview?
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I love that kid. I think.
Oh God, that kid's my favorite thing in the world.
They're getting a TV show.
What?
But yeah. Right
really?
after that happened, I guess that's all you need to get a TV show, and BBC.
That ruins everything.
BBC will give a TV show to anyone, apparently. But we shouldn't. I mean, we're nobody to talk. I mean, look at our television lately.
I know. Okay. Okay. A lot of people in chat say that they were picturing Raiden too. So thank you.
Yeah.
I wasn't
nailed it.
I wasn't saying he didn't look it like that. I just had big floppy hat issues. I don't know. A dude wearing a hat has to really own the hat, and I couldn't picture it in the book. So
you didn't picture a Raiden hat?
No. I
don't know what I pictured.
I don't play enough video games to know those references, so sorry.
Oh my God, that is classic though. Mortal Kombat is not a video game; it's just a way of life.
Well, yeah, but I don't have that life. I'm lifeless in the gaming arena.
Oh, it's okay. Okay, Rachel asks, I think any of our 18-year-old selves would say yes to the proposal of a super hot dragon man. Yes.
Yes.
But realistically, which proposal would you have chosen with your current life experience? Oh, okay. And a lot of people are asking, what would you do if faced with Leland's choice at the end of the book to marry Tian Bai and live out the life with him and family until you're the only one left, then meet back up with Erlong, or just be with Erlong from the get-go? Those are very interesting questions. What did you think about that ending and the choice, and what would you have done?
I would have done both.
So you would have lived out your life and let all your friends and relatives die and then gone with Erlong?
They were going to die anyway. Like, am I just going to like not spend time with them?
No, but she's immortal because he gave her his immortal juice,
so,
right?
Like either they're gonna die and she's gonna be with them, or they're gonna die and she's gonna be off in some other dimension with Erlong.
So would you have married Tian Bai?
Yeah, he seemed like an okay dude.
I know. Yeah. Now that you say that, I think it's okay. Actually, I think I agree with you.
I mean, and then if things sucked, it could be like, well, all these fools are going to die. Then I can go be with the guy I actually like pretty soon, you know, comparatively speaking, considering I'm immortal now.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So who cares?
Yeah, when you're immortal, time doesn't really matter.
I know, but I would have missed Erlong. I personally, my instinct was, thank God.
He'd pop in once in a while. But you think he wouldn't?
Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
You think so? Maybe he'd fall for another lady.
No, he got that far without doing it.
Yeah.
Or
he's not going to fall for some random ghost lady.
He burned that horse for her when he was Catholic. Tian Bai was not a bad guy. It's a good point, Laura.
Yeah. Just do both. I mean, you're immortal. You don't have to choose. That's the best part of being immortal. You can do everything you want.
I know. Now that I think about it, so basically she chose to be like, bye, Ama, bye, Dad, bye, everybody. Have fun with no house and stuff.
Yeah, I'm out.
With my dragon guy.
Yeah. So I don't know. Seems silly.
That's kind of crappy, actually.
Maybe she's kind of shitty. Maybe Tian Bai actually got off easy.
But wasn't there
maybe she's the shitty one? Do you think of that?
Wasn't there provision that they were going to take care of her family anyway?
I don't know.
I remember there was some kind of loophole that was like, oh, well, she's not going to feel guilty by leaving them there. But maybe that was just me projecting something.
But Veronica does have a point. Maybe she's just a jerk.
I mean, she was she wasn't, I have to say that probably the weakest thing in the book was kind of her. There were some comments on the forum about her being kind of a Mary Sue. Like, she was a little passive. Not really. I didn't feel like she was passive, but she didn't have a lot of flaws. And I think it would have been more interesting if she had a flaw to overcome in the book versus like her being a pretty great character.
Yeah.
Kind of perfect at everything all the way through.
I would have liked to see her be the one with the opium addiction. I think if she was the opium, that would have been I think that would have been very interesting, especially if you're an addict And if she had been an addict a long time, then what does that mean when you suddenly become immortal? Do you still do it? Because you're not going to die. That takes ODing off the table. So I don't know. To me, it would have made her more interesting if she had a really big flaw.
Yeah, I agree. I think that would have been a little bit better book because you're right. I don't think she was a Mary Sue because she was very proactive, but she wasn't a character that had sort of something to overcome internally. She was, it was all, wow, now it is really loud outside.
I know that's really, I kind of want to go watch the fireworks. It's 9. Maybe.
Okay, well, let's wrap it up. Okay, guys. So thanks a lot. Sorry for Kyla who couldn't be here.
Yay.
I mean,
I said yay again. I mean,
no, I said yay the first time.
I know.
I think every time I think of vomiting, I think of the gnome in Gravity Falls that vomits rainbows. So I just immediately go there.
Okay, the group reread for July is Slave to Sensation by Nalini Singh, Nalini Singh, which is
Leonie?
I don't know. And the June alt pick is The Air Affair by Jasper Ford. I don't believe there's a lot of romance in that, but it's a wonderful book. So you'll I love that. And I'm very proud of this pick, guys. I did some research. The main next month, and it'll be on August 1st, will be our hangout, is At Any Price. It's about a gamer girl who auctions off her virginity to a person who owns a video game company.
When was this written?
It's new and it has 1,100 reviews and it's 4.5 stars, guys. So it's got to be good.
All right.
I'm wondering if there's a Gamergate angle somewhere in that book.
2014, so it was before Gamergate, January 2014. Okay. Also, guys, it is free on Kindle this month. So, so this is pretty good. Hopefully everybody can get it internationally. I'm sorry if you can't, but I'm just too pleased with this. So everybody go get it. Bonnie, I'll send you a hard copy, but Veronica and Kyla can just nab theirs for free because I can't gift a free thing.
Oh, by the way, I do want to mention, since we didn't do casting for this book, we should let's ask everyone that's watching to do their casting picks on Twitter.
There was some comments. Oh yeah. Anyway, okay, so just do it on Twitter.
Just do it on Twitter, and I'll retweet some of the better ones, and tweet why you think certain actresses should play her. And also, if you've got issues with whitewashing, Hollywood whitewashing, feel free to put those comments in too, because that's a big deal right now in movies that have Asian characters being played by white actors. So,
Okay, everybody download for free on Kindle, and we will see you August 1st at 8 p.m. for the next hangout. Okay, thanks a lot, you guys. Thank you, mods, for keeping it clean and being awesome, and thanks, Sean, send a looky look. Order his book, guys. It's $3.
Feel better, Kyla.
Okay, bye.
Bye.